We're in our North Scottsdale, Tuscan to modern transition. And today I want to kind of cover the importance of pre-construction, or what happens early on in a project to set it up for success when talking about large-scale renovation or additions to luxury estates. So from our perspective as the build team, the one that is going to be charged with executing the build in the least amount of time, as well as staying on the budget that is prescribed, we want to be involved as early as possible. So at the very initial kind of idea of a renovation, from the homeowner's perspective, we love to be involved in that. Walk the home with them fully furnished, that they're living in, or maybe that they're going to buy, and talk with them about what it is now, what works for them now, what doesn't work for them now, what they'd like it to be. From there, our process is pretty straightforward in that we want to make recommendations to bring the other services together that are going to partner with us. So we might recommend anywhere between 1 and maybe 3 interior design teams. It might be architectural design that we take in-house, or recommend a third-party vendor that is a better fit, as well as the engineering that needs to come together to pull this off. We like doing that because if we understand what the client's desires are, and we can marry them with the other parts of the team, including us as the build team, that are going to set this thing up to be planned properly, that's where we find we'll have the most success. And success to us is being methodically planned, executing the build in a very short amount of time once we do start, and then staying on budget, the budget that we've helped them develop from day one. And so when we walk a project, part of our pre-construction agreement with our clients is we're going to scan the home with our Matterport camera. We're going to create a digital twin, as well as, if we don't have plans, we'll create an as-built plan for the house. From there, we'll help them with introductions to interior design teams and the architect, and they'll meet them and decide which one they like the best and they want to move forward. Once they've made that selection, then we start collaborating almost immediately. In the event that we can make some inspection holes if we don't have the plans to locate where there's structural challenges and other issues that are hiding behind the walls for us, we'll do that and then patch those. We'll also develop what we call a soft bid or a soft budget. So based off of all the client's hopes and dreams, we're pulling real-time data out of all of our existing projects and then extrapolating that into a new budget based off of this home, as well as the desired finish level. Our goal is to get them within about 20% of what the actual budget may be, hopefully even tighter than that, but plus or minus 20%, basically within the first week or so of meeting a client before they've hired us, before they've hired an architectural designer, before they've hired an interior designer. We're giving them a rough budget today. So that way, once they have engaged with all the other services and they're planning that project, we can continue to develop that budget all along the way and tell them when they're exceeding it or when they're still on budget. That way they can make the choices to continue to push the envelope of their design and their creativity, or if they want to pull back a little bit and stay within the budget that we've already given to them. And so this home, for example, one of the major transformations is this kitchen was really small and it cut the room behind me off. And so you can see right here where it's now wide open. What we had was a whole wall that came out here and then cut at a 45 and then cut back. And this was all kitchen, but the wall itself came to here, so the room was cut off. And behind me is the family room. So you couldn't see TV. If someone was cooking, you couldn't hang out with the people that are over here. And so what we decided to do was remove this whole wall, but it's a structural wall. And so above me, you'll see about a 24-inch tall, 6-inch wide glulam beam. And in order to pull that off, we are moving ductwork. We are moving fire suppression. We're framing up temporary walls for this great room to hold this part of the ceiling up when we pull this structural wall out. We're framing up temporary walls for this side of the roof to ensure that it's sound. And then we're making all of our cuts and coming in with a new beam that was fully engineered by a third-party engineering firm who's calculating the foundation, the load that that's going to take, as well as the span. And so what we've ended up with is now a clear open room where we're going to have an L-shaped kitchen, and we'll have pantries, speed oven, sub-zero refrigerators, and then we'll come along this side for all of the cooking. And instead of one island, or really just a peninsula, we're going to end up with double islands in this space. So it's going to invite people into the space. It's going to be a much better look, wide open all the way through into our media room. And all of this was already budgeted, developed, and planned for on day one to ensure that, it was a smooth construction timeline from start to finish. So as we continue this project over the course of the next few months, we'll go ahead and bring you along on the journey with us, and we'll show you how the transition from very Tuscan and very brown to a very modern estate comes together.